Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Chef Kay from Plant-Based Eats, and you are in my kitchen today to learn more about how to make garlicky lemon kale soup. Perfect for a cold day or any day if you're a soup person like me. All right, let's see what we got. All right, first thing we need to start with are our ingredients here. So mise en place, all things in place. Let me move some things out of the way here. We're gonna put kale in our salad. We also have black rice today. We have celery, diced. I put about 3 ribs of celery in there. This is about a cup of rice because I'm sort of kind of doubling the recipe, and you all will see. I have a spice blend where I just took a lot of my own spices and put them in this little bowl here. It's going to have a lot of flavor anyway in it from the broth, which creates a nice umami flavor. That is lemon juice, and we have about 6 cloves of garlic because we're garlicky people. This is lemon zest. I've got some chopped onion here, some sliced carrots, and lots of vegetable broth. Let's put this in our pan here, and we're gonna start our wonderful soup. All right, so our pan is gonna be on medium heat to start. I've got this wonderful olive oil here. I like to use Arbequina or Arbequina, however you want to say it. This is a great olive oil. It has nice fruity undertones, but it's not too overpowering, pretty neutral, and I use this for baking as well. So we're gonna put about a tablespoon-ish of oil in our pan here, just to make sure nothing sticks. Gonna go ahead and heat that up. Medium heat. The first thing we're gonna do is add the onions, carrots, celery, and the garlic, and we're gonna saute those until the carrots start to soften, about 5 minutes, 5 to 6 minutes. Then we're gonna add all of our seasonings and zest and cook another 2 to 3 minutes. I like to use wooden spoons here. All right, pan's nice and warm here. We're going to add our carrots. Ooh, listen to that sizzle. Carrots, onions, celery, I'm going to turn it down just a bit because we don't want to char those up. Going to add our garlic. Going to let that cook for about 4 or 5 minutes until the carrots get a little soft, and then we'll add our seasonings and our lemon zest and move to the next step. This doesn't have to be a constant stir, but it's good. You want to make sure nothing sticks to the bottom of your pan here. You can make this as lemony or as garlicky as you like. Like I said, we're garlicky people. Got a nice little, actually this little skin here in the onion. This one won't chop. I'll just take that out. Smells so delicious. Now, I mentioned using a vegetable broth. You can make your own stock by using the ends of your onions and other vegetables and letting that boil down, get a nice umami flavor, put your seasonings in there. Or what I like to use is this, Better Than Bouillon, seasoned vegetable base. You don't need much, and it's vegan, certified vegan. So there you go. They do not endorse me. They don't sponsor me. But hey, Better Than Bouillon, if you want to give me a shout out, I use this stuff on everything. My camera person for today is my daughter, Leilani. She's doing such a great job with her filming. Hopefully, new generation will help me edit everything as well. She definitely helps me eat all the food, so putting her to work today. Thank you, Leilani.
You're very welcome.
Oh boy, she's a hoot, like a mother. All right, this is actually cooking down very nicely. The onions are becoming translucent here. The celery also looks really good, but we want those carrots to cook down just a little bit more. So a couple more minutes here, then we'll be ready to add in our lemon zest and our seasonings and our rice eventually. Alright, now that we've let our veggies get a little soft, I'm going to leave a little crunch to our carrots because they're going to cook down once we put in the broth, and simmer that for about 30 to 40 minutes. But first, before we do anything else, we've got these veggies looking nice. We're going to add in this concoction here. To be perfectly honest, I really don't know. I'll have to go back and put the labels in the video for you. But I literally just went in my spice rack and just kind of put some stuff together. So we're just going to dump that in there. And I also have lemon zest. Now make sure when you zest your lemons, it's definitely best if you have an organic lemon. Don't zest the pith because that is the bitter part. You just want the yellow part of your zest here. So we're going to drop that in there. Going to let this cook a little bit more for about 2 to 3 minutes. And then we're going to add in our rice and our vegetable broth. And that's going to be amazing. Then you're going to simmer it for about 30-40 minutes. And at the end, we're going to add a couple more ingredients. And one thing I forgot to tell you guys when I showed you my mise en place, you actually want about a cup of your favorite plant-based milk. You can use soy milk, you can use almond milk. I'm using oat milk today. Plain flavored, doesn't have any other flavorings, it's unsweetened, and it's just plain old oat milk. You can also make your milks as well. If you have an almond cow, that's super easy. Shout out to Almond Cow. I will definitely do another video later showing you all how that works. I'm not sponsored or endorsed by them, but hey, if Almond Cow wants to give me a shout out, that's also great. Look at these beautiful seasonings. Or seasons. Yes. Getting a little hot in the kitchen. Alright, I am using black rice. This is about a cup of rice. I'm going to stir that in. I like a little heat to the rice. This is going to be great. It's going to be amazing. It already smells amazing just from the carrots, onion, celery, and the seasonings we just put in too. Oh my goodness. Now here comes the umami flavoring when we're going to pour in this stock. Now I'm using about 8 cups of stock, only because I somewhat doubled the recipe. It's 4 cups. Here's another 4 cups. Now you literally want this to simmer about 30-40 minutes until the rice is tender. Either your carrots are going to be nice and tender. Alright, so we're going to let this simmer down 30-40 minutes. We're going to come back to it. We're also going to add in the lemon juice. And we're also going to add our kale. If you're using a softer green, like a spinach, we're using curly kale today, but if you use a spinach, make sure you put it, as soon as you finish cooking down everything, put the spinach in there where it'll wilt easily. But since we're using curly kale, I'm actually going to put it in a few minutes before I completely simmer all the way down, because I want those greens not to be too soft, but I want them to still have a nice bite to them, but not extremely crunchy. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. What's up, everybody? We're back. It's been about 30 minutes or so. Wanted to go ahead and add the kale into our soup as well as our lemon juice. We'll go ahead and add that in there. I've got some eggs. We're gonna go ahead and put in our kale here. By the handfuls. Love me some kale. Kale. Try not to get my fingers too close to the broth here. Get a little overzealous pressing this down in there. Move this to the side here. So we've got our kale in our pot. And this is the oat milk I was telling you about. If you have your favorite brand of oat milk, it's only a cup. Use that. I preferably, I like, let's just say I freaking like Oatly brand oat milk. When I have the opportunity, I like to make it myself. But tonight, we are using store-bought oat milk. Now, we're gonna press that down in there. I've turned the heat up just a little bit on our soup here. And we're gonna let that cook down a little bit. Make sure your greens aren't mushy. Now I know, like, once you make a big batch of soup, if you don't eat it immediately, over time, of course, your greens may get a little discolored, but you definitely don't want to cook these down until they're mushy and brown. You still want a little green to them, and I personally like a bit of crunch, and the family does too. Won't have it too crunchy so you're like chewing your soup. But we definitely want to acknowledge that the kale is in our soup here. And it has a nice purple hue to it because of the black rice. So we're actually going to, the timer's about to go off. I'm going to stop that. About 10 more minutes. And let that simmer down. Once it starts to bubble again, I'm going to turn the heat down. Almost had a runaway carrot here. We're gonna place our top back on and we'll wait. Perfect. Leilani, I've got your spoon. We're gonna trade places here. How do you like it?
It's quite nice. Other than the fact that it burned my taste buds.
There you go, folks. We've got, and she's still eating. Blow it. My goodness. Is it delicious?
Mine.
So close. What is happening? You're doing too much. Okay. There you go, folks. Soup time.